again, you, as she said, I'm the your first time, so I don't know what you guys have in mind and that, so it's up to you
Let's
guys.
put everybody's option since the recording is started. I believe this was not an approval from my side. I'm not with the, I mean, I understand it's a law, but in the past SSST's
No, it's not the law of
passed,
the,
that's
sorry,
what
go
you
ahead.
said.
Go ahead.
You said it is a Michigan law, it's okay to record that.
Yes.
But I don't know whether it is, but in the SSST's history, we never recorded, and this decision has been made by only Lalit, which, it's not an issue because it's made by Lalit, but the question is, I don't know why we are making this decision. If everybody is agreeing, go for it, but mine is no.
What about yours?
record this.
No, we have to have a record. We have to have we have to have a proof what we discussed, because people keep asking the same question over and over. So I have to let people know, here is what we discussed. Go, look at your leisure time.
మనం మినిట్స్ రాసుకో
మినిట్స్ లో కొన్ని మిస్ అయిపోతాం, కొన్ని మిస్ అయిపోతాం.
అందరం ఉన్నాం కదా, ఇది నోట్ చేసుకో.
I don't know, even for recording, I am objecting, but I'm not saying stop it. I'm objecting, I'm not giving the permission, but still it can be
But-
by the majority.
Okay, so what's your opinion? I guess I'm going to give my opinion one way or other. So as far as I'm concerned, I consider this SST is the public body, even though it's run by the few people, but eventually we are in a trust of devotees.
Correct.
So
Yes.
whether we record it or we take the meeting notes, either way, it should be available if somebody asks you guys what you guys talking here or what you guys made a decision. So I don't think this recording is a big deal in my mind as far as I'm concerned. So
That's basically for the public to, tomorrow public questions us. It's a public organization, it's not my organization, it's a public organization. If public questions it, there is a, posted in the website, you guys can go ahead and watch what we discussed. That's very transparent, right? I don't have to send an email or anything, just put it on the website, let people see what we discussed, you know? Nothing wrong.
that's how
with
I
it.
see it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I said I'm okay with this.
Yeah. So it's just for the public record that we're putting there, for the public to know what we're doing. Because public seems to be very confused with the organization. So we gotta say that. Anyway, so let's discuss about the financial status, where we are. That's our first topic.
Yep, I printed the statements for all last 5 months.
Right.
As of today, 12.4 K, 12,400 is the bank balance. The checks in, aren't big transactions going on in the bank anymore. All the checks that are printed in this, the checks given out, and then expenses are pretty much in Kroger and those things like GFS, pretty much. So you can, everybody can have an opportunity while meeting is going on, you guys can see.
So financially, we are wealthy right now as we speak. I mean, not wealthy in the sense, we can run the show every month. That's what I could claim as wealthy. But we still have to work on those finance. That's a sub-story. We didn't pay to Prakash Garu for the last 2 months, so that would be deducted, right?
You did not pay, then 12.4 minus that much.
No. Any other outstanding expenses that we have, that we haven't paid until now?
Another check
For Ram Navami,
and flowers.
there is the due for
Flowers.
Ram Navami is $169.
Okay, for the food, okay?
That's
Food?
Ram Navami, I think somebody ordered from
Oh,
biryani.
my.
And what else is the due?
కళ్యాణానికి ప్రసాదం ఆర్డర్ చేశారు కదండి, నేను ఇచ్చింది అనుకున్నా
అవును అనుకున్నా అప్పుడు ఇస్తే పాప కాదు నెక్స్ట్ వాళ్ళు ఆ రోజు పడగా మంచిది కదా
మన బ్యాంక్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయింది కదా మళ్ళీ
ఓకే ఓకే అది కాక ఇంకేమైనా చేశారా
No, I think they did not pay.
ఓకే
పే లేదు.
ఓకే
Any other outstanding dues?
ఫ్లవర్స్కి ఇవ్వాలి చిన్నకి.
Okay.
Anybody noting down?
Recording is there.
Oh.
Yeah, but still,
Pay
somehow.
attention.
And we have
And as you say, this is my first meeting, so the question is, and I don't know how you guys keep the transparency of this thing, but does anybody keep a track what we got back from the temple in a monthly basis or yearly
Yes,
basis? I
everything
know
is
it's
there.
there, but does anybody has the idea? And we can talk about if we, the finance is the time we talk about where do we taking this temple or how do we make financially more strength.
Yeah,
We didn't make that point yet. We are just only discussing about the current finance situation, what we have in the bank and what we owe. And every month we take the money that is coming from our hundi, or donation box. People sign off on that, and then we take cash and checks and deposit to that. That's very straightforward. And then we get, from the Square app, we get the donation, it goes straight to the bank.
And then we, whatever expense, whatever monthly expense for this rental place
Those are all
and,
checks.
They're all checks.
and the Maharaj or Shastriji, what we just talked about.
Everything is
Checks
checks.
only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Payments are made,
By the checks.
By
so-
checks.
So at least there is a
Earlier,
track
last
of
year,
it.
we used to make some cash.
Oh, I'm just making sure that it's a publicly, if somebody, because if we're talking about the big thing now, then we need to have, if somebody comes, we can produce it, hey, here you go. This is what we're collecting, this is what we're spending, this is how we're spending it.
Yeah.
In place of, and I know 12,000 is nothing, but
No, but
to make a
it's-
big
it's
deal
a lot
out
of
of it,
money
but-
for SSST because it's all checks. And anything that we are expensing is through a card expenses, and that expense comes in.
did you take $30? You paid, you got something for
No.
that. You got the receipts, you took it.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
pay that another $30 to Bhaskar.
He has to take it.
No, he can, I mean, he can, but, I mean, somebody need to, because there are certain things which are happening is when we are responsible, he may not feel, that's a human nature, so it's better to keep the accounts. It's a penny still needs a required, let them donate it, but give them back.
I think we gave to Uma and everything, I don't know about yours.
Bhaskar
Yeah, I
Garu
think-
asked and we never did.
I never
Bhaskar
asked.
Garu never asked, I told him that on
I
that day,
didn't
I
ask.
contacted him to get
That's
something.
okay, I think.
And, yeah, he's okay, but I asked him that, I thought I was
So
my
basically,
responsibility.
that's why she remembers.
Yeah, because I asked him to buy something for temple, he got it, I asked him to give me the receipt, and I gave the receipt to you.
Yeah, it's
And
too-
if he doesn't, then you write a check and he just send it back.
Then
And
that
it
will
just-
go
he
into.
get the he get the,
Right,
yeah.
That's
that's
so-
how it should be, like, it's,
What Prabha is making a point is like keep it clean as much as we can keep clean.
I mean, this is not, we are not billing, that's not $300,000 or something, but it is clear, right, even for him also it will be there.
Well, I think let's keep that high level, right?
Yeah.
$10, $30, if the devotee is complaining, we're paying back to the devotees, whoever is asking right away. But if they're not asking,
That's
it's
my
not a big
mistake, I
amount,
did
yes.
that.
Like that, I've done a lot of small expenses, I never
Oh,
cared about it.
Trust
so-
me, I have $1,000, I never claimed it
Well,
about.
but bring, if you have $1,000, bill, bring it.
Because,
Bring it,
Because-
$1,000 receipt,
because
it's a
see,
lot of amount.
for me, I spend it for getting the stuff from India and all, but I said, okay, it's okay, because it's my donation too.
Yeah.
Can you give the bills?
Yeah, bring the bills, $37,000 you're
See,
talking.
$1,000, I don't remember.
I-
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a huge amount, Prabha. $1,000 is not a small amount.
My
You're
belief,
not talking
my,
about $10, $20.
my belief is my belief in that.
Donation we are also.
Yeah, but
Give the
do-
receipt.
They give the receipts and put it
Yeah,
as a
but-
donation.
Good donation, yeah.
ఇప్పుడు $30 బ్యాగ్ తీసుకో
Yeah, let's go, let's go.
టెంపుల్ కదా పెట్టానంటే
Yeah, yeah.
డొనేషన్ గా రాసేసి
రాసేసుకుందాం, yeah.
It's
Okay,
not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, yeah.
So just what I see is on an average, we getting like $2,000 to $2,500 and we spending on an average like $1,000
Yeah.
plus or minus.
Yes.
You are fast.
I think that's what 12,400 means, even if we take off the dues without getting anything next
Right.
12 months.
Our standard expenses is $600 rent, $500
Priest,
priest, and
Flowers.
$112 or
25.
125 is the flowers, and miscellaneous expenses would be $100.
$40.
Less than $100 around.
40, yeah,
And
like
then
boxes,
50.
sometimes we buy
Oh,
milk, sometimes we buy
Sorry, I
fruit.
was only thinking about
72 you bought, this
Yeah.
this one you
Perfect,
bought
okay.
72.
Yeah.
I think I'm not trying to count the pennies, but at the same
Right.
token, the bigger picture is that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's okay, you have to ask questions, otherwise you wouldn't know,
No,
right?
you're right.
Well, that's our major expenses. Other than that, when we do a bigger events, we get the priest from outside, that's when we pay to the priest. And we still owe money to, we're forgetting about that. We didn't pay him the flying charges to the Ram Navami. But, yes, we didn't pay that. He didn't ask, we didn't pay.
Why? It's our responsibility,
Yes.
right?
It's
Why
our
we did not
responsibility, we
pay?
didn't follow up. We have to
And
go.
we have money too.
Yes, we should ask.
I
Achula,
mean,
can you
if
call him
somebody
and
is
please
doing
ask
something,
him?
it's
I
not
think we
nice.
should pay. I think we'll.
No,
check
before
it
they
and
ask,
mail
I
it.
think we should
Yeah.
do that.
I'll take
We'll-
care.
we'll
I'll
take it,
ask.
or you want me to?
You can take care. If
Yeah.
you have his number, we can post it.
Yeah, I think I have his address, I'll send it.
Yeah. No, he will send you
I
the
didn't know
receipt.
that,
Yeah.
I was not here, so.
Yeah, yeah.
so.
We every month we are thinking about it, we are not doing, because we don't have meetings and we are not talking about all these things, so. I just
But
remembered.
Prakash,
He never mentioned, I think it would be our obligation to take care of him.
Yeah, I'll send on Monday.
Okay. All right, so we're good now with financial status, what we have, any questions?
You know more, what else you guys talk about it?
Whatever you are saying, I'm
Yeah.
saying now, that's all I know about it.
Yeah.
You have the login, so you can check it.
No.
I think it's good to have, whoever is keeping track, it just produce every 3 months, so people know what's going on. And public doesn't need to, I mean, if anybody asks, they can know, they can have every quarter too. but
Actually,
if
I
not,
want to
every
make
yearly.
it public too.
Yeah, so make it
I
every
want to
quarter
put it on the
public, that's
website
it.
too.
So people know that
Yes,
it's not
yes.
something where their money is going.
We should do that, so that
I
at least
think
people are aware of it.
better to post this monthly statement.
Not monthly, quarterly is perfect, so people has a
It should
clue.
not take much time, that's what Google Doc, I think.
Don't want people to start sitting there and worry about where you spend $10 and $20, but at the same token, give a bigger picture so they know
Yeah,
where the
since
money is
we
going.
have the smaller amount now, if we get used to that,
I think-
moving forward with the bigger money, it's easier practice.
Yeah.
So I think
the
what we
practice
should do is,
I think
we
we
should,
It should be practiced,
But PDF is good also if it is there online,
right?
right, so we'll post
Anybody
it.
can pull it out anywhere, you don't have to waste.
so I think we
six
all
and
in
threes.
agreement of posting the monthly statements.
Not monthly statement, I will say just give and I don't even know whether we need a bank statement, as long as somebody just write up that, hey, we collected
The balance
this
sheet
much.
of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
balance it, like 5 line
That
item.
itself is,
We paid the rent and we paid this and this, and
Major transactions.
major transaction with
And
the.
then along the,
the
I would,
balance sheet, the Excel file, right? You,
Yeah.
anyway, you're balancing it out, this is the funds, this is the expense, this is.
That's
income,
also good.
It's all going, that's all.
I want to put even statement, monthly statement, the reason is, one thing is storage for in our future use. Second is people can see details when they want, both will put it, both Excel, summary of Excel, and then
From last 5 minutes,
I don't know whether we
This
need,
year.
I personally,
Yeah, because
I
last
think
time,
you will get to take, login.
I don't think we need a bank statement, but at least put a balance it, like a,
Summary of Excel statement,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, in and out.
you know.
That's it.
So everybody gets the bigger picture, what we spending or what we getting.
That will be much better. So, people who are asked,
Not us, but people when they're donating, they don't have to wonder, hey,
Yeah,
whether
what's
if I'm
going on?
donating $5,000, whether it's what's happening. They know it's happening, this is what
Right.
happened.
okay, I will do that.
ఈ కార్డు వాడాలి.
ముందు వేయడం మర్చిపోయింది.
Any further questions on the finance?
And I don't know whether, is the finance is the part we talk about the members and other finance stuff, what about future we thinking or anything?
We'll talk about the future.
In some other
Later.
Future is
line
the
item.
last.
Future is the
Line
last.
item is the last line item.
The finances, the financial statement means what we have currently, what we've been spending, are we consistently spending? Are we spend more anywhere or what is?
Perfect.
That's all we are trying to see. So balance is 12,000
400.
as of now. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the next agenda item is the good reporting.
I think status of SSST is the second.
Let's finish off the good Purnima. That's a easy, quick topic, right? So, we discussed, I think, Achyuta and Rani, can you give us an update on what we are doing with the Guru Purnima? How we are doing with the Guru Purnima? We haven't done anything, any publications yet.
No.
So what's the status on this space?
Please,
Speak it loud, please.
Prakash
It's in the camera,
Yeah.
so if you guys going to post it, you will be.
Prakash Garu said, because we did 3 days event last year,
Mm-hmm.
it is better to do 3 days. So he said that in the temple only, among few members, maybe they don't know, but it was his proposal that we will do 3 days. Then as usual, we went to that temple to ask, they are not available, that place is not available. Then we asked this temple and they will let us know by today afternoon they had a meeting and she will text us whether they can give for 3 days or not. That too, if we do for 3 days, he said Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
yeah.
July
19th is the last day.
17th, 18th, 19th.
19th.
But 17th until afternoon they won't give us.
When is actual Guru Purnima? by the way?
19th
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So if we have to do, if they give us, then it is starting from Sunday afternoon to
Tuesday.
Tuesday evening.
Okay.
That is not confirmed yet. She said it's not a problem, but she said she has to talk and then they will let us know. So if
Can we do 3 days?
it's
It's a weekdays.
Sunday.
How
We
are you?
started, right, let it go this year. I mean, we
How-
are trying to grow and stuff, right, let it be kind of a marketing, and since we started up our first year, we did good on that year. I know a little bit difficulty.
It is a challenging.
No, let's take days off and we will do it. I mean, it's not, I can take, I mean, if we decide, we can take day off and we can stay and we can work since she is also here
Yeah.
now. And people are there
Each
more
day
to
we
share,
take
yeah,
half an hour.
right. Last year, me and Saurabh took each one of us, we took days off, 1 day off and we were there too. I mean, we need 2 days only, right, Monday and Tuesday, anyway, Sunday is Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunday
It's a lot
days.
of work.
And
Afternoon.
So
Then
it's saying it easy than executing. We've been struggling this every year. Keep that in
yeah,
mind.
we have to navigate it and we will do it. I mean, for earlier also, we did some of the successful events with lot of hands in and never was tiring thing that time, right? So we can try, we can
we can
ask
do it.
people,
It's
we
not
have
an
people
issue.
to come in and help,
We
right?
have more volunteers too.
We are a lot of people
I'm
which
just-
is showing.
I'm just
Let's
adding
share the
caution
work
to
and
this
then-
whole process. It is not an easy process.
Right,
It's a big Guru Purnima. Last year, we struggled. And this year also, if we are doing, we really have to commit ourselves
But do
into
we
it.
do the program whole day or do we do it
Whole
from
day.
afternoon
Whole
to night?
day.
All day.
Why don't we do the program from like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock because.
like what happens is in the morning, what we got to do, Baba's puja is till
Abhishek.
noon.
Yes, it's all day.
We have the aarti, afternoon
All 3
aarti, and then
artis
we,
have to do.
it picks up around 4 o'clock. We
Okay.
have the slack time in between.
I know, that's why I'm wondering that if we start in afternoon, how does that work?
Not too
out?
many people are going to come, but
Sunday we don't have an option. We cannot start in the morning
Morning.
because they cannot.
So if we do the program from 4 to 8 or 12 to 8, then we'll have more devotees here too.
But actually, based on Baba, you have to more perform the morning
morning
aarti.
I see.
aarti,
You
and
can't skip that,
afternoon
yes.
aarti, all that.
Yes,
we
you have to do morning, afternoon, and specifically in
They
Guru
say I'm
Purnima, you
doing
cannot
the
skip.
No, I would say
Yeah.
we go for
I'm
2
just
days.
Yeah.
trying to find a practical solution to the problem.
I know, but that's why I'm asking.
See,
That's the reason.
you,
I can take a day off too, I don't have any problem with
See.
it, but I'm just asking.
we cannot change the destiny. We have to
I'm
choose
learning.
to reach there, we have to
Okay.
make the different paths, right? So we are not changing that. We have to navigate through now.
Yeah.
I see a lot of devotees.
So by tonight, I think she will decide and
Okay.
they will also let us know how much is the rent if they give for that much time. Because last year we paid 2,003 almost,
We paid 2,400.
400.
$800
They said
per day we
three,
paid.
but,
Okay, last year we didn't have 12,000 in bank.
Well,
This year we
but
see
we
the
still
bug
pay
there.
it,
Come on.
so we can't,
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you are going to save by renting this place.
Right. Did they declare how much are they gonna charge?
Not yet.
Okay.
She will let us know.
So Achita, are you okay for 3 days then?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, then if we're all okay, I mean, go for 3 days.
He's
So-
ఆల్రెడీ
already
స్టార్ట్
prepared.
చేశాం కదండి, ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ స్టార్ట్ చేశాం కదా.
Yeah. అంటే నేను నా భయం వల్ల ఏంటంటే we commit here, when the
And it
reality
change-
kicks in,
when it
the
comes
whole thing
in,
changes for us.
Changes, right?
Yeah,
There-
that's
so-
why I'm making sure we are all on board. If we are all on board, we are putting our time into it.
But again, it's going to fall same as usual, like people do commit, but we don't know.
Yeah,
At
the
the
last
same
minute
time,
things.
Yeah.
allotment changes, but we are some of the people, like we have to, whoever
Mhm.
comes in, they pitch in, but it happens. So there are a few committed
But I think
people.
Guru Purnima is a big event for the
Baba.
Baba,
Yeah.
am I
Yes.
right? Because
That's
we
the
consider
reason.
him as a guru, so.
It does. It is a very good event, and we did last year very good. This year also we want to do it. So, okay, so we need to then finalize with, as soon as we come to know with the church, we need to publicize. Put every flyers everywhere and do all that stuff. Okay? All right, that's good.
ఈవినింగ్.
On Sunday,
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah, that may work.
అందరూ ఉంటారు కదా.
Yeah.
ఒకసారి ఏమేమనుకున్నారో కూడా ఒకసారి ప్రకాష్ గారు ఊరికి చేసి కరెక్ట్గా చెప్పారు. యా షూర్. రేపు థర్స్డే
And also I want to mention, Saraswati wants to
The-
sponsor 1 lakh flowers
లక్ష పుష్పార్చన.
for the Laksha Pushparchana. We didn't do that before. She wants to sponsor. So she will let us know. She said, I will do, I'll sponsor if you guys want to do it. Then we asked Prakash Garu and he said, I
The
can do
good
it.
money,
But how many people do you need?
the minimum 100.
Minimum 100.
Minimum 100 people.
No, people will come.
Definitely.
Definitely, we'll be
Because,
there.
yeah.
No, 100 is not big number.
Even
Lalit.
kids, if you don't have.
Yeah, even kids
Kids.
also part.
No, people will come. If we announce
Okay.
that, people will come.
Definitely.
sure.
First time.
For sure, they'll come. They'll come. That's a good opportunity for people. I mean, they hardly get to do this kind of puja.
Yeah.
So if we do the
That
3
is
days,
the only event in the evening that day.
can we ask for some kind of a sponsorship? I know we don't want money and we don't do that yet, but
We don't specifically declare for sponsorship.
Only for Kalyan.
Kalyan.
Only for Kalyan, we have been asking, but for rest of the
Kalyan.
game, people, whatever people
I know,
wants to
but can
donate.
we,
Put the sheets over there
Yeah.
Can we-
for everything.
can we start doing, or can we,
No, last time I think we got a lot of donations though.
Yes.
We got it. People
Okay,
took that.
To your point, let me just, this is one of our hot topic. Last year also, we had a lot of debate on that. This temple is a free. Hmm? So to your point, last year we declared on a sheet of paper saying, here is the items that you can really sponsor against. And we announced saying, hey, anyone who is interested, please look at the sheet and write your name against it.
like it
That's
was
how we're
like a
doing it.
bringing the rotis and this and that food
No, no,
item.
not
the
Yeah.
food.
That's a separate
That's
thing.
a separate,
That's a separate. So we put like, for towards rent, we said
Okay.
something like that.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah, as long as we have some
We give the
mechanism to do
monetary
that,
as well as
exactly.
Yes,
the,
yes.
where we want to put
Flowers,
that money.
we said
Yeah.
$25,
Okay,
or I don't know, some other
Let's say
items.
she says rent 1,000, we'll put it on the board.
Split it into like.
Split it into 3 or 5, it depends.
That's how we
yeah.
are
Yeah, it's a free
physically not
temple. We're not
approaching,
asking
or we are
anybody,
not,
but-
No.
what do you call, phone calls and ask people.
No, I'm not
but
saying
we
that
just
we
put
do
it there,
that,
yeah.
but at least there is a way so people know, hey, this was the expense, and
Right,
if you want to
right, yeah.
sponsor, you can sponsor X,
Right,
Y,
that's
Z.
what we,
Okay.
that clipboard does say that.
That's a
Whole
clipboard we
3
put
days
there.
flowers is this much, whoever wants to donate for 1 day like that.
Pretty much we get good, people are, they do come forward and you split into smaller amounts.
So, do you-
Other people.
Do you guys have a list of what thing you guys going to let people sponsor and stuff like that?
Yes.
How does who make that decision?
See,
You have
now-
a committee or something who put up all this list? Because, okay, last year, July, I was in other temple. I was going to the 7 Mile Temple. So there, I know we could sponsor like 3 days prasad for like $1,000, and there was a,
3 days Baba flowers. Dress,
And that was around like same price, $500,000. So how do we make all that numbers up, or how do we announce it?
Yeah, so Rani and Achyuta, they come up with the
You are the
expenses.
committee, and you
Yes.
guys come up with
They
that.
come up with the expenses, and what they do is, we know what the rent is. We don't know how much the flowers are. We don't know how much the puja items would be costing. What is the list of puja items that they need? What is if we are hiring additional priest, what's the cost of the priest? So they come up with all the cost, and then we put those costs into blocks, and we put it on the display board, and we go from there. So,
We have been following, initially we didn't do,
Yeah, but Ram
but
Kalyan.
later we started to do that.
Okay, good. I didn't come across yet, because
Ram Kalyan
every time you
also
guys have
we do
anything,
But
bring the foods or these or that, but never talk about the money part.
Even
Anyway,
the
good.
gold thing also,
They
we
Okay.
put it
Mangalsutra
and
also we-
people sponsor.
Sounds good. What is next?
so
But when people are donating, do we keep a track of their donation? I know we do send them out the tax receipt, but
No.
do we keep a
No,
track
the
for
question
here?
is, we are not good at that. We are only giving when the time is there, we write that receipts and we give. We never go back and reach out our
Yeah.
donors.
Not, I'm not saying that you
Yeah,
reach out to the
taxes.
donor, but you keep a track of it for them every year what they're donating, so. What I'm saying that I know we don't
We-
charge a
we-
membership fee.
No,
We
actually
did,
we
but we
did
are
it.
not consistently
We
doing
did
that.
not consistent, because the problem is, the front desk, we didn't have initially, Rao Garu used to be there, and then he was consistent.
In a short, long
Yeah, we did.
story in a short way, we are not that well organized. So
So can we
we
start
need to,
doing
yeah,
that?
that
Yeah.
comes in the
Yeah.
next,
We have
Yeah.
up to which.
Or
I
there is
think-
item there for that?
not for that, I mean, when it comes to committees and
Oh,
all
okay.
that kind of stuff, we can
Okay,
discuss
if I'm
all
jumping
this.
it, then let me
No,
know.
no, you're not
I'll sit
jumping,
back.
Pauline.
No,
Don't.
we have up to certain months.
Certain month, after
Everything
that,
is-
what happened, I think what she said is right.
We are not organized, you see, one word
So we-
answer, we are not organized.
Okay, let's talk about when we get to
When we get to that.
we get to that level, we'll be organized and
Yeah,
we'll do that.
I mean, detail, we can talk about many things, but only thing I see is we are not organized, that's all I think so.
Well, I see the reminder later come for me from the other temple that, hey,
We're
not reminding to pay the money, but reminding or sending me the blessing on my birthday, whether I donated the money or not, I see that. So that kind of a reminder, hey, it's a time for me to do
We cannot
something. I
grow
did
that
not do
yet,
that.
Pauline, we have to come there now, we
No.
have reached there.
We have a lot of ideas.
Oh.
We haven't come to the ideas yet, so
Come here, I don't
That's
need to
not-
come.
that's not,
We need,
It's like a lady's side.
no,
Okay.
come on, man.
I didn't think this is.
By the way,
I
this
didn't
is all,
think this and,
before you say anything, this is all
Achyuta
getting
Garu, that's
recorded,
it.
so
Sorry,
tell them that.
yeah. Suresh, before you say something,
Yeah,
the recording session is going on
okay.
for the public.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to sit down.
But you are focused on,
Yeah, that's why
it's
he's
your straight
sitting.
focus on it.
He's sitting there so that.
You need to do like this.
I'm not going to look any better.
Okay, so just to quickly recap, we have discussed about the financial status,
Okay.
what our financial status is, which is we have today $12,400 in the bank. The statement is right in front of you if you want to review. That's there for you there.
And
Okay.
first boss.
Okay. And then the other thing is we will be posting quarterly statements, summary of Excel statements into the website, so people know what we're spending against and how much we have. Okay. And then Guru Purnima discussion came up, and we did discuss, and we are all in agreement for 3 days, 2.5 days, which is from Sunday afternoon to
Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, with the exception if the church agrees,
So it'll be right here.
right here.
That church is not available.
That church is not available. With the exception of this church is available, we have 2.5 days will be
When
performed.
you say 2.5 full days?
Full days.
2 day full days?
2 days, full days, 1/2 day.
Sunday is out there.
Okay? So I think we all have committed to do the 3 days. Now, whatever day you can help, given to you. Choice is yours.
What
Okay.
is that is coming now?
Saturday,
Monday.
Tuesday, July 19th.
No, what days have you chosen?
17, 18, 19.
17th.
17 is Sunday, half a day, 18 and 19, Monday and Tuesday. And the Guru Purnima is 19.
Oh, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, not Friday, Saturday.
No. Okay, so, and this is where the discussion was going on when you came in. So we have to start with the next topic.
Yeah, I apologize
And
for
it's
coming late.
That's fine.
I told ahead to
Yes.
Seva that I have.
I'm glad you did, you were able to make it. That's good. Okay, all right, so we are good with the Guru Purnima. We're good with the financial status, what we have seen so far. Now let's talk about the status of SSST and its future endeavors. So, with the status of SST currently, it's, we are, for past 2 years, we have all done a good job, great job. We have got a lot of attraction with the devotees. Every Thursday, we're getting people, around 60 to 70 people. But we have to be a little bit organized there. I think as we are making progress, as we are going further and further, the current organization structure is really not helping us to move further, right? So the current organization structure is 3 people, and we have to, anything that we make, we're coming to a gridlock and not being able to make further decisions on this to say, okay, what, like as Pauline asked about the organizing the finances, right? Or putting the emails, or anything, so to say, right? All these things are backlogged, right? Announcements are very ad hoc, right? There's no really a clear path. So far we have done. We are running the show every Thursday, for sure. No doubt in that, right? 6 to 9:30, we are running the show perfectly. People are coming, we never shut down. On time we're opening, we're closing on time, try to close on time, 9:30 time, right? But I think we have to take it to the next step. We certainly have to take it to the next step. And we're really working hard towards to make it to the next step. And we have seen few options in the areas to see if we can go acquire it and see what we can do, right? So in order to acquire, certainly sure with 3 people in the organization, we're not going to get anywhere. Absolutely not.
Did we try to see some,
Outside we are working on this.
when you are saying 3 people we are not able to do, but other 2 people are really not involved in that?
Right.
We did not
Even you guys are not involved in that. No one is involved.
Oh,
We are outside, as an outside person, as I have taken the lead for this organization, and I've been working on the organization. So I've taken a liberty to go and see what options we have in the market with the help of Pauline. Pauline has been looking for last 8 months?
Yeah.
Yes. 8 months he's been looking, and I say, Pauline, this is not the right time. We have to wait. This is not the right time. We have to wait. We have to go. We have to wait. We have to come back to the organization. We have to really establish ourselves very well. We haven't gotten to that point where we can establish very well, right? So we are only a few people that are really pushing hard on these things, but I have to get everyone on board to get to the next step. I just can't do it myself. Is that what I told to Pauline, right?
oh, okay.
So this is where I'm coming. This is where we are coming now. We are coming to a point where we are into a gridlock.
Okay, but I have here one comment over your definitions here is like when you said that you took an initiative, yeah, I do understand that you took an initiative. We came all along here, but I would not say that the 3 people that, I mean, whatever the locks we are making it, but I would say that we were never involved in. When you started, led this, you asked all of this to be in there. But I would say that if you're taking that step up and doing it, you could have put a 1 vote to us. Maybe we could have made some decisions, all of us together, right? So I would say that was not an valid way of saying other 3 of us are failure here.
No, I'm not saying it's, you are taking it in the wrong sense. You're choosing the wrong word here, okay? Don't interpret my words wrongly. I said it's coming to a gridlock, it's not moving further.
Yeah, because
3
we
people
don't
are
know
not
about it.
enough to make the
Yeah,
decision.
3 people are not enough. to make a decision, but when we never came for a decision point, three people.
Right.
And that's what my question is.
All right, so
Three
the
people are not
organization,
enough, but three people never came to a decision-making talks or meetings or
We
anything.
had the meeting,
It's
guys. We had the meeting, right?
I guess the other
We
way
can
to put it
review
is,
whatever we discussed in that meeting.
I think these are all just, what is the point?
the point,
Make the point.
yeah, the point
That's
is,
that's the word.
if we have to make to the next step. Paul, just-
yeah, but
It's okay, let him go ahead, let him go ahead.
I was just going to say the bottom line is that if you wanna grow, it's good to have more people involved.
Yes,
And
for
room
sure,
for more
that is
people
the
to get
motivation
involved
from past
than
2
just
years,
trying to
yes.
do it with the 3 people. That's what I think you're trying to say, than
Yes.
anything else. We
Absolutely.
can
Yeah.
go backward and scratch and scratch and scratch.
The
or-
backwards is
But we can
useless.
just go forward
Yes.
and say, hey, we are growing, we're doing a good job, we are
True,
bringing
yeah.
100 people every Thursday. It's a time to grow SST to the next
Never
level.
was an against
Exactly.
approach for the growing 3 people to
I thought
9
it
or
was
10.
mentioned as two separate points. You said you had 3 people, and you said we are coming to a gridlock, not be able to move forward.
Move
That is my
forward.
interpretation.
Yes,
So they were not connected, but,
So
let's not
we-
make it connected.
let's connect, let's connect
facts.
together, right, yeah.
Two
So
facts.
we're coming,
Gridlock.
you
They're
know,
coming
every
in a gridlock,
time,
not moving
we,
forward.
we have, as me taking a lead and
Makes sense.
working all the stuff with Pauline,
Paul is good.
anything, any other thing that I'm looking into, right? The 3 people that they're doing stuff, right? And always I see only one person is going against a lot of things, but other 2 I don't see things going very well, right? So I said, okay, let's get together, see what we can do. Let's increase this organization by bringing the people onto the board. Then we have more hands when we take a major step, right? So in order to do that, so here is the meeting, that's what I was putting together, saying, okay, let's talk about this, okay? Whoever here would like to become on the board of the organization, so that we can bring more people on board. That way, the initiatives that we have taken, now everyone has hands to make the points, make the decision. You point your opinion, view your opinions on it, and then we can go to the next step. That way, it's a major, big force that is behind this, will help this organization to grow to the next step.
So in order to just ask for clarification, we all have decided to go to the next step, but have we defined what that next step is, or is it
No,
only
the next step is, I was trying to work with Pauline to get the next step where we can acquire land.
okay, so.
Right. There are a few options Pauline brought up.
Clear that
Yeah.
it's not just buying a land, it could be buying existing building.
Existing
No,
building
so
or
we have to
anything.
Look at other options and see what's best fit for you guys.
In order to get to the next step, Suresh, the board is not enough. We need more people on board to get to the next step.
So what do you want to tackle first? Do you want to tackle first as to who are the key people, you may want to call them board or whatever, to make the decision? Or are we going to look at what is our next step to define them? I see that there's 2 separate items,
Right.
right?
So the first step is, we have the key people sitting here right in front of us,
Okay,
who are on the board,
okay.
okay? We need their consensus to bring us, who are sitting here, that's not here, to bring on
So you
board.
want to do the board topic first
Yes.
rather than, I'm only trying to not mix too much
Yeah, I'm
into
not
the
mixing,
blend.
I'm not
So
mixing
we'll
it.
do one by one
Yes.
and then see, because one could come along with the other and then we get into a confusion. So if you are putting the topic on the table of defining what the new board or new whatever you want to call it is, and we'll talk about that.
Yes.
Then we can talk about what we all see as a future of SSSTS. How do you want to define that? And then what are some elements that you are already progressing towards and how that all fits in a puzzle? Because still, I may have some idea of what future SSST is, you may have some ideas. I don't know if we put all the ideas on the table to come to a consensus. If we, first forming the team is important, right?
Yes.
And then secondly, forming a vision for the team, so that the team moves forward with one vision, then it is easy.
Yeah.
So rather than, have a vision,
Absolutely.
then which team will fit the vision and which
Exactly,
comes
yeah,
first.
yeah.
And we don't want to like get confused.
Right.
Let's put
So
a team
that's,
together.
you
Let's
broke
follow
it
an
down,
initiative.
you haven't let me finish my
I'm
whole
sorry,
thought
I'm
process.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You
Now
haven't
it is more
let me
clear.
finish the thought process. No, but you have defined it for me, which is very good, right? So the idea is we need to form a team, okay? There are certain things that's already available, options available, but those options, good or bad, has to be in consensus with the team, right? In order to have the team I'm proposing is to be on the board.
Hmm.
That's what I'm proposing. So that we all have the motivation to work towards an organization.
Okay.
Right? So we all can make a collective decision to go to what is that collective decision? What is that point that I'm trying to bring up? What is that we want to do? You may agree, you may not disagree, you may disagree with it, but we all have different opinions, right? But we have to come to one point where we can take the organization to the next step. That's the point, right? So the first point is, there are certain people that were in the email, were not able to make it today, plus the people who are here would like to be on the board of SSST. Okay?
So, that means you are, I don't know, maybe you all can correct me. So you have already have a set of people, that's why you made that email group, that's what I should understand, what the email group is.
Those email groups, yes,
That
those
is the
email
one they
groups
are, you put them on board then?
that's the proposal, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying these are the people, right? That's the
Okay.
proposal I'm
No,
putting
I
on the
just
board,
wanted to, okay.
right? So, once we get out of the meeting, we
Mhm.
have to come with some decision makings. Otherwise, it's getting difficult as a team to work. Yes.
They are not here, who's making on behalf, I don't know.
We will, once we agree on them, we can call them, we can talk to them.
How many people you are thinking to make it, how big a team you're planning? to
Here's the
make?
team.
Here,
You see.
no, give
No,
it
no,
numbers,
how many
numbers.
people?
11,
Remember.
there are 11 people.
No, no, you want to make a team of 11?
Yeah, including you
11
three.
or 9.
Yeah, 11.
I
Even
don't know.
11. We have only 11 people. I didn't come up with the number
When you
but I
are
saw-
saying 11, on what base you are saying 11 people?
because
Maybe-
based on the email group that they have. Yeah.
So that means you have these people in your mind, though you are saying you did not decide, but you decided that
11
these
is
are.
Baba's number, Talli.
Well, the
That's
question number.
That's
let's
why
not
I
talk
said,
about-
It's
no, no,
not
no.
that I decided who those
No,
numbers
no,
are.
no, I'm not going
Let's
to
not
that.
talk about who decided what decided, right? There's a proposal on the table.
Why not, we did not
Okay.
add more people into that? How can we come up only these are the 11 people?
Okay.
And you are putting 11 people list here and you are saying 9 or 11, and you are saying, I don't know whether they'll come into board or not. And you have set of people that these are the people,
Mhm.
are working people, and you are proposing these people.
Yes.
So now so can you figure it out? What is the number? At least can be 11? 11, we are
That's
sticking
what
to
you're
11?
saying.
No, not that, but I want to know verbal, because this email, some people can drop up. So we are deciding for a 11 number committee, team?
Yes.
So you.
We are
you
not
tell
deciding.
it. You
That's
tell
the number in the email those are the people who are consistently working for
I
SSST.
think the question on the table is, what is the total number initially, what we are thinking? Is it 11?
9.
9. So if it is 11, let's agree to that number, that's what. it is.
11.
That's what.
11
So
is
I think
okay.
let's go with 11. My proposal is to go with 11 because more people is better.
Better.
Yeah.
Out of 9 and 11, I pick 11. So,
And Prabha's point is, if these 11 people in an email, everybody doesn't sign up and couple drop out, then can we go and get
No,
somebody
that.
from You know, am I reading into it something which is not
You are
there?
reading into something. This
Okay,
is
so are
already-
so what I'm hearing is that these are the 11 he's proposing on the table. Out of 11, if some drop out, then that will be less people, that's what he's
Yeah,
trying to
but
say.
the question is now,
Yeah,
my
that's what I'm
question
trying to
is,
say,
I
right.
think these are the names proposed by Lalit.
Lalit, at this point, he put it on the table.
Yeah, he put it on.
Okay, so
Right.
now everybody can make a decision. I just,
Yeah, everybody can make a decision, but as being a board, I would say that we are, 3 of them are there.
I mean, when I say everybody means board make a
Right.
decision, I'm
So,
sure, I don't know how the board
Right now,
wants
we
to-
are 3 are there, so we need to make it 8 more people,
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's true, right? So I would say that we all should have individually to propose the people. I would say that, yeah, how Lalit proposed, she has a, Lalit proposed means I would take Rani's proposal and Lalit's proposal should be 1. And
It's
her
not
proposal-
one.
I think
We're 2 individuals.
2 individuals, then I would not take him as a lead, maybe I could be, but
Why
Then
you
only
can-
we
how
have
can
to
you say
take-
that?
Yeah,
He is the
when I
one who
started this
started.
organization, did I ask you? Did I ask Papa Shastri Garu?
those
Did
are
I
all,
bring it?
see, Lalit,
See,
that's.
no,
I think we are getting into the different
Yeah,
topic.
different
So,
topic, yeah.
let's straight, so we agree 11, if there are 3 already board members, there is 8 board members needed.
Right.
So, how do you select is the question that is on the table. So, most of the times in this kind of voluntary organization, you see who are the guys volunteering currently. If let's say, if we do, volunteers are not willing to join the board and then they still wanted to be volunteer, they can be. But first, the list should go from the existing volunteers. I think we need to make that clear. That's what I think you are looking for.
Yes.
I know, why only these volunteers? We have so many volunteers, I see a lot of volunteers coming and working
Yeah,
forward.
we need to all. we
From
need
the
to
day
all
one,
over
we
it.
have volunteers, wonderful jobs, there are people, they are done, and I would consider the day one from the volunteers. I think we should put up this word outside. We are expanding the board from the day one, which the birth of the SSST, then
Day-
till
day
here.
one, yes, you
forward,
can say day 1, but so some people already left and
We
I
can
will
go
let you
back.
know.
Yeah.
So I would say that we should put it out when it is a public organization, there is nothing wrong in that, we are expanding the board. Let's publish outside and let the people come in.
if you
We can
publish,
see.
then everybody will
It's the
want
same
to
story.
join.
It's the same story. We're going back a
What-
year
what
ago,
we did
where
before.
we involved everything and we caused a
No,
lot
that
of
is, no,
rupture.
you are confusing now.
I'm not
That-
confusing.
Because those were the committees, now it is the board, those two
Mhm.
things are different, working committees
What
are
is a
different.
committee? Committee is becoming a board right now. That is what we are trying to bring on the board.
Yeah, but,
Prabha, let's be very clear on this.
okay.
Let's be very clear.
Mhm,
The people who we are bringing on board
mhm.
have been busting themselves for the last 2 years.
It's your only single
consistently.
decision, I won't
No.
agree, Lalit.
It's my
I'm
single
not agreeing.
decision.
No, I'm not
it's-
agreeing for that. All the board of directors, three have to have an equal right to
If you
propose.
have an
So
equal.
what is the other counter proposal?
Yeah, what's your
If you
counter
have a-
proposal?
See, equal is propose, you both not together, I mean, 3 board of directors should propose the 8 other people, that's all I would say.
Okay.
How can you
Yeah,
propose
upon
when
the-
you are not been actively involved?
No,
And what are you going to do with all these people who've been actively working and bringing some other on the board?
Hang on a
Doesn't
minute,
make any
one
sense.
second. When Pauline Modi came in, who made him to stop going out and making more connected here?
What?
What?
I think what he's trying to
What?
say that when I came first time,
Okay, he was,
Prabha and Rani was there at the front desk and they told me to this and give me the info about the temple.
Right.
So that's what you're trying to say.
see, public relations, we
Agree,
made it.
but point is, how do you guys pick the people on a board? How do you add people on a board? I know, I was just listening you too. I'm just wondering, is there any like provision in an
I'll come
existing
to-
structure?
Yeah,
How do we add a people?
Right now, there is no structure. This is where
See, this
what
is-
Deswaresh Rama's frustration for last 2 years, or any other's frustration is, right? There's no structure.
I'm frustrated, I'm happy.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
no, there's no structure, there is no org, because with 3 people, there's no structure with 3 people, right? It's always, we're moving, we said, okay, as we grow, we add people, right?
So
So
if
we
I,
did-
if I may clarify something if you want, because you pulled my name too. So I'll clarify my statement because it is going with my name now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the question is not about frustration of 3 people or frustration of 11 people. The frustrations are going to be there even with 1 person, or for 3 people or 11.
11
So it doesn't matter.
It's going to continue,
The
yes.
whole idea is, to Pauline's point, that what are some criteria you want to have in order to have a team that is going to make this temple a progressive temple, and we all want to grow. So if I, let's say, just taking myself for an example, if I don't want this temple to grow, I just want it to be a Thursday activity every week, and then maybe I'll come every Thursday, but I'm not aligned with the goal and vision of this becoming big. Maybe I'm not a good committee member, or maybe I'm not a good board member. So there has to be some level of criteria. So that is why I asked the question first, are we going to form the team or are we going to form the vision? In a good company, you normally form the vision first. And then you plan the team that has the vision and supports the vision, and then you can go towards the team. So it's kind of somewhat cart before the horse if we want to start talking about the team and then what the vision is. So it is kind of intertwined, but has to be discussed separately. And then you can then go with some criteria established. Say, okay, is it the longevity? Is it the amount of involvement, and what kind of involvement, what kind of contribution have they made to the temple and things like that? It could be happening. And that would determine as a collective to do that. But as a collective, I think what Kumar is trying to say, many of the people who have toiled have really not had the title of board members or being on the board. So what are some of the say that they could have in forming the vision and the team to take us to that vision? So that is basically what I think he's trying to tell me. And he pulled me into this so to explain this part of it.
Yes,
That is all.
basically, that's what, because, you've been trying to help and develop this organization. Pauline is trying to do the same, right? Achyuta is trying to do the same. Bhaskar is trying to do the same. I'm trying to do the same, right? So as we all have the same goal, same vision that we are trying to develop this organization, I'm proposing you all, because you've been out there in the organization since the day one, as you've seen the growth, and you want to contribute more and you want to add value to this organization. That's why I'm proposing these people.
I think I propose 2 things. I hear you are both of them. You guys have a name in front of you as a board, and I don't know whether you need to vote openly. You guys can just vote. Who can we go on out of 11 people? If there is problem with 1 or 2, we can discuss, or you guys can discuss and